partial derivative. For 57, we have function x to the power of 4 times y to the power of 2 minus x to the power of 3 times y. And we have to find this f x x x and f x y x. What is it mean? It means like we have to derivative x first, and second we have the derivative x from this form, and for the third we have the derivative from this form, like before. So it's simple as before. So for the first derivative respect to x, partial derivative respect to the x, we just do the same thing like the before question. So we just have to multiply the power to variable. So x to the power of 4 becomes 4x to the power of 3, and this is same because we just find the derivative of x, partial derivative for the x. So this is still the same, and minus 3x squared. Why is it 3x squared? Because x to the power of 3 becomes 3x to the power of 3 minus 1. So this is 3x to the power of 2 times y. So for the second partial derivative, we just do the same thing as before. So for x to the power of 3, this is 3 times 4 becomes 12, and then this is 3 minus 1 becomes 2, and this is still same. Y to the power of 2 minus 2 times 3 becomes 6, and x to the power of 2 minus 1 becomes 1 times y. So for the third partial derivative respect to the x, we just do the same things again as before. So this is 2 times 12 becomes 24, and x to the power of 2 minus 1 becomes x to the power of 1, and minus 6y. Why is it just 6y? There is no x in here because x to the power of 1 minus 1, x to the power of 1 minus 1 becomes 0, and x to the power of 0 becomes 1. So 1 times 6 equals to 6, and 6 times y equals to 6y. So the final answer is 24x y squared minus 6y. And for the second, find fx, yx. So for the first partial derivative, we respect to the x. Same as before, we just have to multiply 4 to the variable x. So 4 and x to the power of 4 minus 1 becomes x to the power of 3 y squared minus 3x squared. Why is it 3x squared? Because 3 times 1 becomes 3, and x to the power of 3 minus 1 becomes x to the power of 2 times y. So it is different from before because in this case, uh, we we have to find the partial derivative, differentiate y. So this is not same as before. So we have to derivative for only y form. So in this case, for x3, it is not derivative. We just have to derivative for y, and in this case, y squared to be to y, because y to the power of 2 times 1 in this variable, so becomes 2y, y to the power of 2 minus 1 becomes 1, so 2y minus 3x squared. Why is it not y here? Why? Because y to the power of 1 minus 1 becomes 0, and 0, y to the power of 0 becomes 1. So 3x squared times 1 becomes 3x squared. Okay, so the form is 8x to the power of 3y minus 3x squared. And the third form for the partial derivative respect to the x, 24x squared y minus 6x. Y, this is 24 because 3 times 8 becomes 24, and x squared, x3 minus 1 becomes x squared times y minus 6x. Why is it 6x? Because 2 times 6 times 3 becomes 6, and x to the power of 2 minus 1 becomes x. So the final answer and final form is 24x squared times